take some questions.
Yeah, we ran into a buzzsaw today. You know, Seton Hall has a great team. They're definitely a top 20 team. They didn't miss a beat today. They scored at the rim at will on us and did a great job spreading the ball around and spraying it out, getting shots. So we didn't give much of a resistance around the rim on them. Disappointed in our play. We've been fighting like crazy all year long and finding ways like games like this to get back in them and give ourselves a chance, but we didn't give ourselves a chance today, and Seton Hall had everything to do with it. They were very, very good today.
Marcus, things kind of picked up for you guys in the second half, but first half, you guys had some struggles offensively. What were they doing defensively that maybe gave you guys some trouble, especially during that scoring drought there?
We had, I think, 9 turnovers in the first half, and it was mostly because of us. And, like, shots were just not falling for us in the game. But it wasn't really – it was more of our mistakes that happened on the offensive side, not really them. But they played really good, and they did stop us, and they scored a lot against us. And that's a really – and Seton Hall's a really good team.
Mike, am I good? Mike, Dean Carrington is not a natural point guard. He's transitioning to that position. What do you think about the way he handled your pressure today?
He's a player. I mean, you could say whatever you want the way he played, but I mean, he can handle the ball. He can make plays, and he's been through this. You know, he's a vet, and he showed it today. You know, I thought we had him in the first half in a couple places and got a couple turnovers, but he did a really good job they did a great job of spacing the floor. And we didn't have much resistance against him up the court. But, you know, he's played in a lot of games. He's been around. He's a good basketball player. Now, you could say what, you know, position this, position that, but a basketball player is a basketball player, and he's got some really good weapons around him. So he's doing his job at a high level. He should be commended on it for sure.
Mike, when you have 5 starters who score in double figures, how difficult is that, you know, to prepare for?
Well, it's very difficult because number one is they run a lot of plays. Coach does a great job putting his guys in different positions, but it's just not for one guy. There's, you know, some of their plays, some of the stuff that they run has multiple options. But then when you do defend the play, you got to defend the player with the ball too, which I don't think we did that very well at all today. We really struggle in that where guy's a shooter, you got to get your hand up, boom, he puts a 3 in your eye. Rhoades is a heck of a driver. You got to be sitting down ready to guard him, and then he gets to the rim, he gets his pull-up off, and of course you have Angel down there, and you know you know how he's going to play. It's one thing about you know what he's going to do. It's another thing about stopping it. I thought early in the first half we did a good job of making him get some tough ones, and then he got himself going, and they did a very. I think people don't talk about it enough. They do a very good job playing well together and sharing the basketball. Hey, Rhoades might have a good shot, but he kicks it to Powell, who has a better shot. And I think when you share a ball like that, is how talented and experienced they are, that makes them better and better. That's why they're very good.
Mike, you kind of addressed this already with Desi, but I think last year Angel was really the focal point of their team. Now, really, Desi might be their best offensive player. What kind of threat does he pose? Well,
if you go by stats, he is. But the thing about it is, when you have multiple guys out there that can do multiple things with the ball or on offense, it's really hard to guard. And you can't put you put your best interior defender on Angel. And then you try to put your best perimeter guy, but then there's Carrington and Miles is out there. Those guys can score, so sometimes you got to pick your poison a little bit. But when they're all rolling like today, I mean, that ball was moving around. We were always a step behind, and then we didn't have much resistance at the rim. In the second half, when they, you know, it's not that we were in striking distance, but it wasn't out of hand. They had 4 or 5 possessions where that ball was flying around, and that's how we play, and that's how we want to play. You know, in the first half, we got such a hole because we didn't make some open shots, and we missed a few around the basket. They didn't miss that today. They made those shots, and they were really good around the rim. It's going to be a tough out for any team.
Mike, it seemed that in the first half, or the game plan for them was to take away Justin on the inside, make him really work hard. Was that a big contributing factor?
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I mean, as you know, look, we have 2 starters out. We have 2 guys that could really score the ball. So, you know, our options are limited on the offensive end, but he's our first option. And when people take that away, other guys have to step up and make plays, and then you got to get offensive rebounds. You got to scrap some steals out to get some points. and you got to find ways to get to the line, and we just didn't do that. One thing I like about Justin today, though, is he kept playing and found some different ways to get the ball, and I thought our guys did a better job late first half, second half of throwing it into him quicker before the collapse came.
Coach, what did you tell the guys after a game like this, and what are the things you can take away to build on, you think, when you get back?
Well, it's totally unacceptable, no matter what. You're going to have days like this. If you play enough of games in your career, you're going to have some bad games. But I didn't like our resolve today. I didn't like our spirit today. We gotta go back and work, and we gotta earn what we want. And just things don't happen. We've had a lot of games where we've been close. We haven't gone over the hump. We haven't had a game like this. I'm really curious, and to be honest with you, I really want to see now what we're all about. We got a week off here. We got some exams coming up, and we play a really good Bucknell team next Saturday at home. And everybody, all our VCU fans and our coaches and everybody associated with the program wants to know what Marcus and his teammates are going to do now. How are we going to react? Because VCU hasn't been in this position for a long, long time. So what are we going to do about it? And I'm not, me, Wayne. I'm not one to make excuses. We got our tails beat today pretty bad. We're not pointing a finger. We're not going to make excuses. We're gonna go back to work, and we're going to work harder. We're going to work smarter, and we're going to figure this out, and we're going to get better. Because I like our team a lot, but we have some things that we got to really address right away, and our approach today was totally unacceptable. But that starts with me, and that goes all the way down, and I can't wait till we get back to practice.
And of course, starting with that Bucknell game, you have 3 more non-conference games left. What do you need to see in those last 3 games before you get into A-10 play?
Incredible fight, incredible resolve, and our defense has got to improve. Our defense, it's got to become personal to us that we're just not going to outscore people. We got to stop people. If we do that, we could be a pretty good team this year. But until we decide to dedicate so much effort and time and everything we do in the defense, it's just not gonna happen. We're gonna have days like this, and we don't want that.